Okay, this question asks you, it's testing you on your knowledge of idea generation techniques. In this case, morphological analysis. It says morphological analysis is often used to generate ideas. Describe the key stages of morphological analysis. And you need to make 3 points to get maximum marks. So the first thing you would write would be the fact that morphological analysis involves identifying common attributes associated with the product. And then under each attribute, you would list different options. This would all be done in a table. And then that you then get different combinations of these options. It's a very good method for generating lots of ideas very quickly. The second part of this question says name another idea generation technique. So you should know a whole load of it, a whole list of idea generation techniques, including research analysis, technology transfer, taking the pencil for a walk, subtraction and manipulation, using a thematic approach, thought showers, possibly using a lifestyle board or a mood board. Any of these idea generation techniques, you would get a mark. Question 4. Computer-generated graphics is often used during the development of products. Describe 3 benefits of using computer-generated graphics during the development of products. Okay, so we're talking about the programs that produce virtual models. And if we compare this to manual, producing a model that's produced manually, an example of this type of program would be Autodesk Inventor as a modelling program. So 3 benefits of using Autodesk Inventor would include you'd be able to produce the model more quickly. Your models would be more accurate. Using Autodesk Inventor, you can produce a model which is very realistic because you can add textures and materials to your design. You can use these programs to test certain aspects of your model. You can generate exploded views of your model where you can show how everything fits together. You can edit the model very easily. You can communicate your model design across the internet. So there's a whole list of different benefits associated with using computer-generated graphics in the development of a product. Okay, in this question, it tests your knowledge of 2 models. It says modelling techniques were used during the design of the blender shown below. Explain the reasons for using the following modelling techniques when developing the blender. So when you're answering this, you want to talk about it in relation to the blender. So the first type of model is a sketch model. So what do we know about sketch models? Well, sketch models can be produced quickly. So you could produce a number of ideas for the blender fairly quickly. Sketch models are good for showing what it's going to look like in 3D and possibly associated proportions of each of the different parts. Sketch models are also good for examining technical arrangement, how these parts fit together. A full-scale model is particularly useful for determining sizes, relevant sizes in relation to the product, because it's a one-to-one scale. A full-scale model is also good again for showing proportions of the various parts in relation to each other. A full-scale model for the blender in this case would be useful in relation to ergonomics. How does the handle feel? How does the button feel for turning between settings? A full-scale model, again, similar to sketch model, would be good for examining the technical arrangement of how these parts, of how each of the parts of the blender fit together.